our technical assistants, lighting, and programming from Sam Reed, who's a junior in Mount Hebron High School. And we take youth leadership very seriously at Chabad. So this beautiful program, a lot of it was put together by Sam, and we appreciate all his hard work. I also want to thank our photographers who've been our photographers throughout the entire program. Ryan Myers from Meyer Films, and thanks to him, all of the speeches that were at the sessions are going to be available on YouTube for future reference, as well as Jeff Carton, who is our photographer, produced these beautiful pictures that you see in the graduation book, which is yours to take home. And at the conclusion of the event, there will be a beautiful buffet with food, so there's something to wait for. Although I think the program itself is something you will heavily enjoy. So, Jonathan?
All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. And a very warm welcome to the Solomon Leadership Program graduation ceremony. My name is Jonathan Barrett, and I stand before you today as a senior at Mount Hebron and a proud Solomon graduate. It's my honor to welcome Rabbi Yankee and Leah Barron, whose dedication has shaped our program. A welcome to our esteemed commencement speaker, Delegate Jessica Feldmark, whose insight we eagerly anticipate. And of course, a special welcome to our mentors, the backbone of this program, whose guidance and support have been invaluable. Last but certainly not least, a warm welcome to our families and friends whose love and encouragement have fueled our growth throughout this transformative year. I would also like to extend my deepest gratitude to Mr. Larry Sosno and Rabbi Moshe Shiner, who founded the Solomon Leadership Program, and to Mr. Joel Lappin, whose local philanthropy supported the establishment of the Ellicott City chapter of Solomon. Since its inception in 2016, Solomon has grown to over 16 chapters in the United States and Canada, with the vision to shape the leaders of tomorrow by blending ethical leadership education with formal mentoring. This foresight and dedication created the Solomon Leadership Program, and today the need for ethical leadership is more urgent than ever. This evening, I'm proud to stand as a testament to this vision, ready to take on the challenges of tomorrow. The Solomon Leadership Program has provided us with a path to thrive and succeed. It is because of you that we stand here tonight, ready to make a difference in the world. Reflecting on my experience at the Solomon Leadership Program, I'm overwhelmed by the profound impact it has had on me. When I first joined the program, I had a strong sense of ambition, but lacked a clear understanding of what true leadership required. In each session, I learned about one of the 8 pillars of leadership, which include character, tolerance, communication, vision, empowerment, persistence, strategy, and judgment. With each new pillar, I saw leadership as more than a position of authority, but as a responsibility, demanding self-discipline, humility, and a commitment to ethical decision-making. One of the most transformative aspects of this program was the relationship I built with my mentor, Eddie Bleiberg. His guidance challenged me to think critically and act with integrity. With every one of my answers to his questions, he encouraged me to elaborate further or consider new details and perspectives. Throughout thought-provoking discussion and personal advice, Eddie helped me shape my perspective of the world, and for that I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Well done, Jonathan. Mazel tov. Mazel tov, mazel tov. There is an analogy brought in the Talmud, a medrash, of a community, a city, which was welcoming the king to their town, to their city. And everyone went out to prepare for this momentous occasion, and the people of the town were not very, well-to-do. They weren't, involved in politics. They were just a very simple town, and so this visit from the king was very important. And so, as the entourage arrives, the trumpets start blaring, and someone in the audience in the main streets calls out, "That's the king! That's the king!" And someone else says, no, that's not the king. That's the minister. Another beautiful carriage arrives, and they say, "That's the king, it must be the king." And they say, no, that's the viceroy. This happens a couple more times. Finally, the Talmud says, the Medrash says, there was one pikeach, one very knowledgeable man, who said, "That is the king." He had the perception to understand, right, the difference between the various ministers and the purpose of their celebration, which was coming out to greet the king. There's a adage in Chabad, which goes like this. In Hebrew, it means Chabad, or in Yiddish actually, Chabad mont pnimius, which means to be a member or a follower of Chabad, one must reflect on their core values. And I think it was in this spirit that we established this beautiful Solomon program, which was actually dedicated to the Rebbe last year on the Rebbe's birthday, which today is the Rebbe's birthday, which is celebrated as Education and Shearing Day USA. It's a signed and celebrated by every sitting president since Jimmy Carter, has been celebrated by every local official, and by Jessica Feldmark, who will present the proclamation in honor of Education and Shearing Day. But I think this was the legacy of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. The legacy of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who passed in 1994, was to instill in our youth to reflect on core values. He promoted the Moment of Silence initiative in the public schools, again to reflect on core values. He was supportive of the establishment of the Department of Education by Jimmy Carter. He also promoted universal education. He was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal for his contribution to education. But what was it, right? We're celebrating a rabbi's birthday who passed in 1994. Why are we celebrating birthdays after a passing? And the reason is because this was one of the most important things that was so close to the Rebbe, which embodied his whole mission in this world, which was to ensure the education of our youth. And I think that is really what we're doing at the Solomon program. We're giving students to focus on their core values, not to get confused by all the noise around them, to give them those tools to be able to perceive, right, the truth, to perceive their truth, their core values. And when our youth, our beautiful students here, the fellows of the Solomon program, have those core values, right? Schools today aren't necessarily teaching them their core values. But if our students are leaving this program with core values, they'll be able to take on the world. They'll be able to approach situations with a different perception. They'll know how to approach it like a leader. So I'm leaving the stage. You'll see me maybe one more time. But I want to put on display here our beautiful fellows, our students who spent so much time. They will be graduating with 3 college-level credits for their participation in this program. And so thank you all for coming to celebrate this momentous occasion and enjoy the show. So now we're up to the graduation of our students. And I want to call up Mr. Joe Lapin, who I owe a debt of gratitude, and we'll speak a little bit more on Joe Lapin shortly, to celebrate and to call up our students who will be graduating from the Solomon program. And I want to welcome up Delegate Jessica Feldmark, and you will hand the students their award. As well, we'll be, if any parents want to come up to stand and take a picture with their child, you're more than welcome to come up. And we will be starting with our first fellow, Jennifer Arnold. Please come up. And I welcome to the stage my wife, Leah, who will also take part in graduating the fellows. So we have over here, please stand over here, Jennifer. And Mr. Joel Lapin, please stand over here. And so Leah will place the Solomon Award on Jennifer. Round of applause. Mr. Joel Lapin will hand Jennifer the certificate.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mazel tov. And Jessica Feldmark, you have a official citation from the Maryland Assembly, which just had sign and die 2 days ago. We appreciate Jessica coming out here. And if you'd like a picture, everyone, let's take a picture together. Why don't you stand over here?
Oh, I was good.
Oh, you can stand.
You
Okay,
go
good.
ahead.
Want to move the mic for a second? And in addition to that, as a small memento from the Solomon program, I am awarding you a mezuzah. Mezuzah to put on your door. When you go to college, you'll have a mezuzah to put on your doorpost. And as well, there's a shin, which could also be for Solomon. But actually, he's the name of God. Okay, here. And now we'll call up the next graduate, Jonathan. And if the family, if you want to come up for the picture. Oh, you'll hand Jonathan the official certificate.
Jonathan, mazel tov. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll put on the special Solomon Award. And we have a special certificate from the, this is good for, we'll take a picture. We'll come take a picture together with my Rebbits and have the whole family together. I'm not sure where she.
Oh, here she
Leah,
is.
Leah, please come. Chagit, you want to come on this side?
Oh, sure. Oh, man.
So Leah will stand next to me, and you'll stand over here.
There's room if you need to.
Move this to the
Maybe
side.
move back a bit. We'll move down this a bit.
Huh?
Here. Yeah, move back a bit. There you go.
We good? Thank you. Okay, beautiful. Mazel tov. Oh, and here's your mezuzah.
Thank you very much.
Your college dorm room will adorn your college dorm room. Okay, and our next Solomon graduate, Caleb Faria. Spelled correctly.
Caleb, congratulations and best wishes to
Thank you, thank you.
And here's your Solomon Award. And we have official citation from the Maryland Assembly. This was before midnight on Tuesday. They were making sure the official citations came in. We'll take a picture with the whole family. Come on in. And here, you'll stand up. Yeah, Leah will stand over there. And here's your mezuzah, so you have it for your, wherever you end up in college. Okay, good. Congratulations. Last but not least, I want to call up. Is Mom going to make it? We'll take another picture later.
We'll take another picture. She's 20 minutes.
Okay. We'll call up Lily Sosko with her dad.
Congratulations, Lily, and best wishes.
Thank you.
And then we'll put on the Fellow Award. And we have an award from Jessica Feldmark,
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
official citation of the Maryland Assembly. And we'll take a picture. Leah will stand over here. Here's your mezuzah
Thank you.
for your college room. Mazel tov.
I have to tell you that we visited the college this weekend and this.
You got it from, you got the Chabad yarmulke.
Yeah.
So if you ever go to Chabad on campus, come on, come up, come up. Here, we want a picture with Jennifer. We didn't get a picture with Jennifer. My tie's, thank you. Okay, Leah, come on.
Oh, my grandpa.
The Bubby. Joel.
Can you get your diploma?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations to all our graduating fellows.
First of all, to start this, I want to say congratulations on a job well done. Down the road, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, you're going to have your stories. You're going to have built your stories as a leader of others, a leader that works with others, a leader that works with teams, a leader who is a mentor. You may end up becoming a mentor in the Solomon Leadership Program, or mentor others in another way, coach others in another way. The bottom line is leadership has ripple effects. And make no mistake, the world needs good leaders, and has, and it always will. Finally, I want to give you something that will help you get better consistently, and that's this. If you take a little bit of time at the end of the day to reflect on your leadership, say, hey, how did I do? What went well? What didn't go well today? And try to be better tomorrow. Every day you do that, you start to become a better and better leader. And make no mistake, over time, you will become the leader you wish to become in whatever field you're in. God bless. Congratulations. Well done.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lily Soskell, and I am honored to stand here before you as a fellow of the Solomon Leadership Program. When I first joined the program, I wasn't entirely sure what to expect. I knew I wanted to grow as a leader, but I didn't realize just how much this experience would challenge me and change me. Throughout these months, I've learned that leadership isn't just about having a title or being in charge. It is about character, vision, and persistence. One of the biggest lessons that stuck with me is the idea that leadership starts from within. Before we can lead others, we must lead ourselves first. That means understanding our values, holding ourselves accountable, and pushing past our own perceived limitations. One of the most impactful moments for me was discussing vision, not just seeing where we are, but envisioning where we want to be. Too often, we put limits on ourselves without realizing it. But I've come to understand that real leaders refuse to be boxed in by doubt. They see beyond obstacles, think bigger, and work harder. The moment I fully embraced that mindset, I felt empowered to take charge of my own growth and future. This program has also reinforced that leadership is not a solo journey. Empowerment was a key pillar that resonated with me because true leaders don't just lift themselves, they lift the people around them. The discussions, mentorships, shared experiences in this program have shown me the power of encouragement, teamwork, and pushing each other to be better. Most importantly, Solomon taught me that leadership is not about perfection, it's about persistence. We all face setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when the easy choice is tempting, but great leaders choose the hard right over the easy wrong. They get back up, learn from failures, and keep moving forward. Tonight, as we close this chapter, I challenge us to carry what we've learned beyond these sessions. Let's take these lessons and apply them to every aspect of our lives, our schools, our communities, our futures. And leadership doesn't stop here, it starts here. So let's step up, take action, and make a difference. Thank you.
All right, hope you guys haven't forgotten me yet, but in case you have, my name is Jonathan Barrett. Tonight, on behalf of myself and all of my other fellows, I would like to express our thanks to my mentor, Eddie Blyberg. Eddie works as a State Farm insurance agent and manages 2 locations, dozens of employees, and hundreds of customers. Despite his always active workload, he still makes time for multiple meetings a month to help guide, challenge, and inspire us all. He always encourages me to dig deeper when answering questions and understanding leadership. Whenever I was confused or didn't know how to answer a question, he would give examples from his life and help me find a way to relate to create my own answer. I was lucky enough to have Eddie as my mentor, which meant my fellow classmates may not have interacted with him as much, but I think we can all agree that his influence reached us all. The lessons you shared, the discussions we had, and the values you upheld contributed to the foundation of our growth as leaders. Your commitment to this program has shaped us all in ways that will extend far beyond this evening. So from each of us, thank you for your time, your guidance, and your belief in us. Your mentorship has been invaluable, and we will carry your lessons with us as we step forward as the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.
Picture. And once that we have another presentation from Jessica Feldmark. We can take a picture of Delegate Feldmark.
Sorry, got a little
All
old to shut the camera.
right. A lot of stuff to hold.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. This will take a neat photo here.
John.
Thank you.
Jonathan Feldmark.
This one's for you, Lloyd. Alright. So, my time here was spent with my mentor, Lloyd Eisenberg, as you can see. During our introduction, I only heard of him in passing from my bubby, who would mention his name every now and then. But my introduction with him was very brief, but it was very sweet. I learned that his wife was someone that I had tried to help out with. I believe it was cleaning your yard or something such as that. Simple work, simple job, but it was very nice to meet him, and his politeness was something that had stuck with me then, and it's stuck with me now. During our first talk at this program, we got to talk more. It was during the leadership pillar by Bob Lucido, and he was talking to me afterwards about growth. And he had mentioned something that really resonated with me, because it was also something that someone I had known personally had also said, but using different symbolism for the same thing. And his idea was that change is a ladder rung, but you don't just go up the ladder by one rung at a time. Sometimes you go up by multiple. And as someone who beats myself up on not growing exponentially or feeling myself being challenged enough, I have been using this as a reminder that you still go up a ladder, but you just are always going up at a fast pace, just like climbing a rope. And the leaders of this world, the hard workers out there, I think this is an idea that we really have to implement, that growth is not a jump, it is not exponential, it's just something that can come in waves, it can be something that's slow, but you're always growing if you're trying to grow. It's just one of those things. And for you to be able to guide me and give me all the advice that you had, I'm very thankful for that, and so I'm very appreciative of that. And I want to extend my gratitude to you, Lloyd, and I'm excited for the talks to come.
Hand it to your mentor. For you. Take a picture. Stand next to him.
Oh, congratulations. Thank you. I think you should be the one. You're the guest of honor. We can hold this one for you. There you go.
You got it all together? If that works. One, two.
Can I have just one with the two?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Caleb, smile. Good. Mazel tov.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Lily, and I had the privilege of being mentored by Ruth. Throughout our time together, Ruth's guidance has been invaluable. Her insights have helped me navigate various challenges within my personal life, work life, and school life. I've grown personally and professionally with her. One of the lessons that particularly stands out is the importance of resilience. Ruth taught me that setbacks are a natural part of life, and it's our ability to bounce back that defines our success. Ruth, your support has made a significant impact on my journey. I'm truly grateful for everything you've shared and the example you've set. Thank you.
No,
Not done yet. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Arnold, and I want to give a special thanks to Dr. Shoes. He has been really incredibly supportive throughout my journey at Solomon. His guidance, insight, and his advice and his words of wisdom have helped me shape my approach, not just in leadership, but in life. I'm extremely grateful that I had the opportunity to be mentored by Dr. Shoes in this crucial stage of my life. He has helped me get out of my shell. He has helped me with my public speaking. He has done so much for me, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
The award with his name on it, and the paper. Delegate Feldmark.
Thank you.
Really, you can smile. Jennifer, sorry.
to take this opportunity to appreciate Mark Felsen, who wasn't actually a specific mentor, but he filled in when other mentors weren't able to be there. But as well, he's someone who guided the program since its inception. This was an idea almost more than a year ago. It took a lot of support, a lot of brainstorming together with Mark and I, and we weren't sure if we should do it. Mark sort of goaded me on. This was a good idea, and it's a good idea, and it will prosper, it will grow. So his insight, his support, his ideas were invaluable, and he showed up to every session, practically every session. So we really appreciate him, and wanted to welcome him to the stage, Mr. Mark Felsen. Take a picture. Oh, Delegate Fellmark. Thanks for donating. One, two, three. Thank you. And now this is a really, really special thank you for, again, someone who believed in the Solomon program. This is our first year, and God willing, we'll grow it, have many fellows in the years to come. But someone who put his money where his mouth was, and supported this program and gave seed funding to start the Solomon program. Mr. Joel Lapin, please come up as a visionary founder of the Solomon Leadership Program here in Ellicott City, a good friend of Chabad, very warm man, and he dedicated in honor of his parents, Ann and Aaron Lapin, of blessed memory. Joel Lapin. We have a special citation from Jessica Fellmark. We didn't leave you out.
And it's not from the state police either.
It's not that kind of citation. Not that kind of citation.
Oh, you like the citation.
One, two.
Right. Mazel tov. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jennifer Arnold, and I'm a junior at Wild Lake High School, and I'd like to take you through my visual presentation project. So before I discuss the symbolism, I just want to explain my train of thought. When I initially heard of the visual project, the first thing that came to mind was Google Slides. However, when I learned that the Google Slides weren't permitted, I thought, no worries, I'll just do a poster. But then I found out that wasn't allowed either. After being unable to use my two great ideas, I decided to think outside the box and use Tinkercad. I was first introduced to Tinkercad in my Introduction to Engineering class, and I thought it would be a great idea to incorporate software that engineering students commonly use in their projects. The female figure in the design is supposed to represent me. The symbol above my head are supposed to represent my thoughts. For an example, the tree represents growth, because just like the tree grows from its roots and expands, a person, character development, and matures over time. We start with a strong foundation and we go through different experiences. We continue to grow and evolve. The flame represents passion, because passion is what fuels us, drives us to become obstacles, and push us through to pursue our dreams. Finally, the eye symbol represents just judgment. Just as the eye allows us to see and make decisions based on what we observe, just judgment is about making wise decisions by evaluating what's in front of us and thinking critically. Overall, I want to say thank you for having me in this program. I've learned a lot these past several months, and I'm excited to continue to grow as a leader, so thank you.
All right, so you already know that my name is Caleb Faria, and I'm proud to be a Solomon Fellow. So I will be honored to introduce our delegate right here. But before we do that, I want to tell you about the people that we've learned from with all the pillars of the Solomon Leadership Program. The people that I want to share are, as supported by the screen above me, Mr. Bob Lucido, who taught leadership, Mr. and Mrs. Bob and Lois Gamerman, Mr. Mendy Barron, if you can't tell by the last name, that's Rabbi Yankee's brother. We had Eli Rosenbaum, who taught communication. We had Daniel Heck, who taught vision. David Shine, who did empowerment. Miss Tova Yavin, who did persistence with us. Mr. Ken Ullman, who did strategy. And Mr. Bruce Plaxton, who did judgment. All right. So now that you're familiar with those names, I want to talk about one thing that I learned from this program that I found to be very valuable before I get to introductions. So this was from Mr. Bruce Plaxton, the man that I just mentioned above me. And it was the idea that even in the same room, two people can have two different perspectives. And that kind of like shocked me. I was like, how does that even work? They're in the same room. How do they come up with two different conclusions? And after talking with Lloyd, I think he mentioned this multiple times about as with being a lawyer that this comes up. And after some time, this has really impacted me and has transformed the way I want others to perceive me. And also recognize that even when I do my best, that what others see is not going to be the full picture. But also to remember that it goes both ways. What I see in other people also won't be the full picture, and that I shouldn't let my biases hinder my judgment before I make a decision. And so our final message on leadership will be given to us by Delegate Jessica Feldmark. Well, before we get to that, I want to tell you a little bit about her achievements, just a little bit, maybe like 2 pages worth, but okay. Well, we'll summarize, try to get a synopsis here. So, Delegate Jessica Feldmark was elected to the Maryland House of Delegates in 2018, such a long time ago. And she took office in January 9th, 2019, and she was reelected in 2020. So she's in her second term now. She serves on the Ways and Means Committee, where she is a chair of the Revenue Subcommittee as well, and also a member of the Election Law Subcommittee. She is also part of the Joint Committee, so that's 4, of the Cybersecurity, Information Technology, and Biotechnology, while also happening to be a founding member of the Maryland Legislative Jewish Caucus. So, lots of committees, lots of work being done. She brings over 25 years of leadership experience to the public and nonprofit sectors to her work as a delegate. She has served as Howard County Council Administrator, Chief of Staff to the former Howard County Executive Ken Ullman, who we just had mentioned above us, and Special Assistant to Mr. Ullman during his term on the County Council. Actually, I would like to ask more about him.
Sure.
Awesome.
Maybe offline.
Offline. So, well, prior to that, working in local government, she served and trained with training and special projects manager for Volunteer Maryland and AmeriCorps program, which helps nonprofit government agencies throughout the state develop and expand volunteer work. We're on the last page already. She received her BA degree in Sociology and International Relations from Goucher College and her master's degree in Organization Development from American University. Now, without further ado, I would like to welcome you to the stand.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for that warm introduction, and thank you to all the fellows for sharing your thoughts and reflections. This is really a wonderful experience to be able to celebrate with you. As the rabbi mentioned, we just adjourned the legislative session. We were on the floor in session until midnight Monday night, so we're less than 48 hours back to life outside of the legislative session. But it is really an honor and a privilege to represent Howard County in the House of Delegates, and it's an honor and privilege to be here with you all tonight. I want to begin by extending my heartfelt congratulations to all of you. You should be incredibly proud of what you've accomplished. And I have to say, I wrote that sort of as a theoretical congratulations, but having heard from you directly, it is really just underscored how incredibly proud I think you should be of yourselves and the work you've done. Today is a testament to your dedication, perseverance, and commitment to leadership. You've dedicated your time, energy, and attention to learning and growing as leaders, to improving yourselves by increasing your capacity to improve our community. So today's celebration is not just an expression of our congratulations, but also of our gratitude, both for the commitment you've already demonstrated and for the contributions and impacts yet to come. Thank you. You can give yourselves a round of applause, absolutely. To the families, friends, and mentors who have supported these young leaders, I want to acknowledge you as well. Your encouragement, love, and guidance have played a crucial role in helping them get to this point. This is a shared accomplishment, and we thank you for being part of their journey. As a state delegate, as I mentioned, we just wrapped up the legislative session. So over the 90-day session in Annapolis and throughout the interim when I'm here home in Howard County, I work hard advocating for policies that impact the lives of Marylanders. And what I see so often are the continuous reminders that leadership is not about titles or positions. It's about people. It's about how we choose to show up for others, how we contribute to our communities, and how we use our voices to create positive change. Leadership isn't reserved for those in certain roles or offices. It's something we can all embody in different ways every single day. The Solomon Leadership Program has equipped you all with the tools to lead with integrity, purpose, and vision. You are not just the leaders of the future, you are leaders of today. As you know, leadership is not about being in charge. It's about recognizing needs and meeting them. It's about identifying challenges and finding solutions. It's about serving others. It's about understanding the complexities of our community and the diverse experiences that shape each of us. And it's about acting with empathy, listening with compassion, and making decisions that benefit not only the individuals we serve, but the collective well-being of everyone. You've spent months learning how to navigate challenges, how to think critically, how to communicate effectively. More importantly, you've learned that leadership requires courage. The courage to stand up for what's right, to challenge the status quo, and the courage to be vulnerable and ask questions when you don't have all the answers. So as you prepare to take the next steps on your journey, remember that leadership is a continuous process. You don't graduate from leadership. You grow into it. You refine it. You make mistakes, learn from them, and grow stronger. You inspire others with your actions and choices, and you empower others to take on leadership roles themselves. So the world today needs leaders like you, leaders who are not afraid to tackle tough issues and challenge injustices. Leaders who understand that true progress comes from strengthening connections, not division. Leaders who are rooted in values of fairness, equity, and compassion. As a delegate, I've had the privilege of working with people who are doing incredible things in this community. I see firsthand the difference that passionate, dedicated, and well-prepared leaders like you can make. Your involvement in local organizations, your commitment to volunteerism, and your willingness to be advocates for change are exactly what we need, now more than ever. You have the power to shape the future, whether it's in your school, your community, or even at a state or national level. You may not always know exactly how your actions will unfold, but one thing is certain: you are not passive bystanders. You are active agents of change. This moment in your life is a reminder that leadership is not just about achieving personal success, it's about lifting others up. It's about creating pathways for those who may not have the same opportunities you've had, and it's about ensuring that everyone has a voice in decisions that impact their lives. Now, as you know, an important part of one's leadership journey is admitting what you don't know. And I will admit, before being invited to speak here this evening, I did not know about the Solomon Leadership Program. However, as I learned about it, and as I reviewed the 8 pillars of leadership the program is based on, I couldn't agree more. And at first, I was inspired to opine briefly on each of the 8 pillars. But recognizing that you've already studied them thoroughly, I decided instead to offer my own 8 points to complement the 8 pillars. Here we go. Number 1, exercise empathy. Now, why exercise? I'll admit, I have a little bit of a soft spot for alliteration, but we could say embrace empathy, encourage, engage, explore, or embody. But I say exercise because I want you to think of empathy like a muscle. When we practice empathy, when we consciously work that muscle and intentionally take the time to put ourselves in someone else's shoes to understand what they're feeling, we get better at it. Our empathy grows stronger and becomes more instinctive. Number 2, take the time to listen. Truly listen. Listen carefully and deeply, seeking to understand, especially to people who don't see things the same way you do, who don't agree with you. Because even within our disagreements, there is opportunity to learn and grow. And perhaps most importantly, within those disagreements, there's an opportunity to reach better decisions, achieve better outcomes, make better policy. In Annapolis, when we take the time to discuss and understand each other's concerns and perspectives, our bills get better, usually. Even if we don't end up coming to agreement, exploring those disagreements can help inform a better solution. And I'm not talking about split the difference kind of compromise. There's a time and a place for that. But the real value of understanding different perspectives is in finding new approaches, grow the pie, win-win solutions, the kinds of ideas we wouldn't come to on our own, or talking only to people who agree with us and think the same way. The kinds of solutions that only grow out of being pushed and challenged to look at things differently. So that sounds a little bit like the conversation you described about learning on perspectives, right? Number 3, be willing to make tough choices, but be sure to reject false choices. Much of leadership is about balancing competing priorities. We hear a lot about making tough choices. And I will say, having just come out of a legislative session where we had a very difficult budget situation we had to balance, tough choices was a prevalent theme. But just as important as being willing to make tough choices, leaders need to be able to recognize and reject false choices. We don't have to choose between the economy and the environment. We don't have to choose between public safety and privacy. We don't have to choose between being pro-business and being pro-worker. And we don't have to choose between economic growth and economic justice. Number 4, imagine the front page headline. So when you're thinking about the choices you make, think about how you'd feel seeing those choices reported on the front page of the newspaper, or how you'd feel explaining it to a younger sibling or a little cousin who looks up to you, or how you'd feel explaining it to your parents, or perhaps even your mentor. It's important to hold yourself accountable for the choices you make and hold yourself to high ethical standards. Number 5, check your ego. One of my favorite quotes is Harry Truman's. He said, "It is amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit." Another important question I ask myself sometimes is, do I want to be right or do I want to accomplish this goal? Because whatever the particular goal may be, there's more than one way to achieve it. So it's important to focus on the bigger picture, take a step back, and let go of your ego. Number 6, forget fearlessness, have courage. So you may know there's a popular concept about being fearless. I don't think that's the way to go. Fear is natural, it's reasonable, it's human. Leadership is about managing your fear, moving past it, and having courage. The courage to speak up, even if your voice shakes. The courage to take risks. The courage to change your mind. Leaders are lifelong learners. As you learn and grow, your thinking will evolve. As Maya Angelou instructed us, do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better. You will be wrong about some things. You will make some mistakes. We all do. As a leader, you must take time to reflect and learn from those mistakes and be willing to change course when needed. Number 7, something doesn't have to be our fault to be our responsibility. You are inheriting problems not of your making, injustices you did not commit or create. But here we are. This is the world we live in, and it's our job to make it better. And finally, number 8, self-care is not selfish. Now, this is not me saying spend every day at the spa. This is saying it is true, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And as a leader, you have to take care of yourself to be well enough and strong enough and sound enough in your mind to provide effective leadership. So eat your veggies, drink your water, get sleep. and finally, as you move forward, I encourage you to stay grounded in your values. Be bold in your decisions. Don't be afraid to speak up and speak out. Keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep serving. Today is the start of a new chapter in your leadership journey. It's up to you to write the story. You have all the tools you need to make a profound impact, and I have no doubt that you will rise to the occasion. So congratulations once again to each and every one of you. The future is in good hands, and I look forward to seeing all the incredible things you will accomplish. Thank you.
Sure. I just want to say that we are most appreciative to Jessica Feldmark, Delegate Jessica Feldmark, who, again, really, she doesn't just say it, but she means it. And we at Chabad, in all the Chabads in Howard County, really appreciate all that you have done for us, showing up for us when we need it. And I just say, everything you said was true.
Thank
You have
you.
a rabbi certification,
There-
if it means anything. But I wanted Jessica to present the citation, again, not from the police, in honor of Education and Sharing Day, which she does every single year.
All right. This is my official citation reading voice. The Maryland General Assembly, official citation. Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Chabad of Ellicott City in recognition of their celebration of Education and Sharing Day in Howard County and their tireless efforts to build a community that is welcoming, safe, and nurturing for its members. Presented on this 9th day of April, 2025.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Get a picture. Leia's gonna come in the picture.
You want to scoot out of the way?
Move over to this side. And Leia's gonna stand. Want to stand on that side? Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I know Jennifer Sager's here.
Yeah, she's
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember.
Okay. Wonderful.
And now I'd like to welcome a representative from Howard County Executive's Office, Mrs. Jennifer Sager, who is here to present on behalf of Dr. Calvin Ball.
Hi, good evening. Dr. Ball could not be here tonight. He sends his regards and his congratulations to each of you on completing this milestone achievement. I'm going to go ahead and read Dr. Ball's proclamation. I don't have a proclamation reading voice. I don't do this quite as often as Delegate Feldmark. Whereas proclaimed Education Day USA in 1978, Education and Sharing Day honors the righteous memory, life, and legacy of the Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. As a prolific scholar and teacher and leader of the Chabad Lubavitch movement, the Rebbe devoted his life to the betterment of education for all Americans. And whereas Education and Sharing Day is a day for all to raise awareness and strengthen the moral education of our children, while focusing on the very foundation of meaningful education, instructing our youth in the ways of morality and ethics, and teaching them an appreciation for divine, inviolable values. And whereas, as Rebbe once said, quote, education should not just be about training individuals to earn a living, but it should also be about making a better living for society as a whole. Instructors should not just teach, they should teach justice. Students should not only learn, but also build character. And whereas Howard County government proudly joins the Chabad of Ellicott City to celebrate all the educators, advocates, and pioneers who are teaching our young people and promoting the importance of learning, and to recommit ourselves to following the shared values of honesty, dignity, and equal justice that the Rebbe long championed and strengthened in our great nation. Now, therefore, Dr. Calvin Ball, County Executive of Howard County, Maryland, does hereby proclaim that April 9th, 2025 is Education and Sharing Day in Howard County, Maryland. And again, we extend our gratitude to Dr. Ball for always being there for us, showing up, and being a shoulder to lean on and support in many, many ways. So thank you to him, and thank you to you as a Jewish member of the County Executive's Office, and my wife Leah will stand there and take a picture. We'll come to the side a little bit. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Some people kind of know when they're 10 or 12 years old exactly what it is, what they want to do with their lives, and they follow it just like a straight line. I did no such thing. I had no idea what I wanted to do.
me, leadership means being able to motivate people and convince them to work with you. And I think if you can get people working towards the same goal, then you can achieve anything.
I have always been a follower for most of my life, so I'm trying to learn to be a leader, whether it's for myself or for others, so I'm finding it really inspirational.
You can get anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. My secret message to you is serve others. Give it away. Give yourself away.
The conversation about character comes down to what your individual truth is.
You need to recognize who you are. You need to understand what your character is. I knew that I wasn't smarter, stronger, faster, wealthier, better looking than, or more talented than anybody else. But I was going to show up every day and I was going to outwork you. And that's really where the character fueled our success.
Right. If you are a leader of anything, an organization, a group, a school, a band, whatever it might be, if you are not educated in all the things that impact your population, then you can't decide what to tolerate. And then if you do tolerate, accept, and condone, how do you defend it? Right? People say, well, why? Well, I feel, I don't know, it's in my heart, emotionally speaking, I guess. Right? You have to be able to defend these things. You have to understand them.
There's hardly anything that you do where communication is not absolutely essential. A leader will have to be able to inspire others. Reveal yourself. Speak from the heart. Let them know what motivates you. The odds are it will motivate them as well.
To me, vision is, it's not just having a goal or a dream, it's having a compelling image of where I want to go in the future. When you talk to most people, you ask them, like, what do you do? They say, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm a plumber. Like, it's not a very interesting thing at the end of the day. Like, why I exist is a much more compelling thing, and that'll drive my vision that I have in the world.
Make a list of who are the 5 most influential people in your life, and if you feel like they're empowering you to be better, stay close to them. If you don't feel that you're getting as much from them in terms of learning and empowering you, I'm not telling you to not be friends with them, but maybe find some others. And my best friend, just to put things in perspective, we went to elementary school, junior high, high school, and we were college roommates. And I could never defeat him in an oral argument. He's the Supreme Court Justice of the state of Maryland. Those are the type of people that I've been fortunate to surround myself with.
I was told no so many times, but eventually, keep trying, some things got accepted. I have 4 published novels.
A strategy is important for you to understand what is your goal, are you doing something for the right reasons, and then once you lay out what you're trying to achieve, you got to think about every single potential obstacle that could get in your way from achieving that goal.
As a lawyer, it's my ethical obligation that I have to make decisions on what's best for my client. And what's best for my client is not always the best for me.
The goal of the program is to encourage independent thinking, and we have our wonderful mentors with us to do that.
Harry Truman said it's what you learn after you know it all that really counts. You never stop learning.
There are some things that you pick up along the way that help you navigate a lot of those big life changes a lot easier.
You get a glimpse sort of this program of different, many really great different perspectives.
When I started my own business, I made a lot of mistakes. And I think some of them is because I didn't have the right strategies.
You know, we're only given certain opportunities. Opportunities don't really come up. Big opportunities don't come up every day. This is an opportunity. Use the opportunity. Okay, so these are the closing remarks. It's a couple hundred words. Bear with me. I'm glad I had a break after your talk because I want to tell you, you're an outstanding speaker. I think I voted for you. I'm glad I did. Okay, so distinguished guests, esteemed mentors, proud families, and most importantly, our remarkable Solomon Fellowship Program fellows, students, fellows. As we gather here today to celebrate the culmination of an extraordinary journey, I am fulfilled personally with immense pride and gratitude. To our graduates, you have shown exceptional courage, really, and daring by just embarking into this program that previously was unknown to you. Your willingness to step into uncharted territory is a testament to your character and your potential as future leaders. You now have engaged in about 12 transformative sessions, and with that, your mentors have given you guidance and forging meaningful connections between you, the fellow, and the mentor. Through the Solomon program readings, we also do readings every week, and the related homework assignments, which you have graded at a university level and you get 3 college credits for. You have delved deep into the 8 pillars of leadership. Each pillar can be a stepping stone to your growth, challenging you to your understanding of what it means to be an effective, moral, and just leader. The fellows or students have listened to highly qualified and diverse guest speakers, from those in the business community to jurisprudence, from social work to authorship to executive coaches. Each of these esteemed speakers with their unique experiences, and each speaker have been truly remarkable for outlining a particular pillar of leadership, which supplemented the pillars from each chapter's reading. This exceptional lineup is a testament to the personal connections and dedication of our program's director, Rabbi Yankee Barron, and for allowing the rabbi to devote his time to such a program. It's a lot of work. We thank his wife, Leah. And his daughter, Lucia, because we got to meet her. You had to bear with us for a while there. And your parents, who I know gave you the time so you could introduce to all these different speakers and mentors over your growing up years so you can make these connections. Rabbi Hillel and Chani, and your mother Chani. To the local Chabads, and your community spirit reminds us of the importance of leadership rooted in values and tradition. And to any prospective students out there in the audience, I hope you've been inspired by what you've witnessed today. The journey of leadership is challenging, but as our graduates have shown, it's incredibly rewarding. Graduates, as you leave this program, remember that leadership is just not about guiding others, but about continuous learning and self-improvement, with the concurrent goal to do the same for others. The skills and values you've developed here, from courage and responsibility to empathy to integrity, will help you serve as your compass in the years to come, or at least part of your compass as years to come. You entered this program as promising individuals, and you leave as a cohort of emerging leaders, ready to make a positive and lasting impact on your communities and beyond. The relationships you've built here, the growth you have achieved, if you allow it to, will be helpful as part of the foundation of your future success. As you step forward into the next chapter of your lives, carry with you the spirit of daring that brought you here in the first place. Continue to be courageous in your pursuits, thoughtful in your actions, and unwavering in your commitment to moral and ethical leadership. Please. Congratulations, Solomon Leadership Program Fellows. of 2025. Go forth and lead with purposeful wisdom and compassion. The future is yours to shape. Thank you.
And with that, we conclude the program. We have a beautiful buffet. Before we enter the buffet, I wanted to thank our hosts, Rabbi Hillel and Chani Barron, my parents, who direct Chabad Lubavitch of Howard County, and all the Chabads in every, I think we have 5 Chabads. I said there's never enough Chabads. Chabads like potato chips. You never have one. And I wanted to thank my wife, Leah, who supported me throughout this program. I said it. And I really, really am filled with immense pride in all that the mentors and all the fellows have accomplished this year. And we're looking forward to another successful year. Right after this opens registration for Solomon 2025-26. And the dates are already set. So if you know any fellows who would fit this program, would benefit from it, tell them all about Solomon. And as well, we have in the crowd a future Solomon speaker, Carrie Rich, who runs a similar program, nonprofit, called Impact the World. Impact the World organization, which is doing great stuff around the world. And she actually brought her book here today, and if you'd like to speak to her and learn about her organization, we're already lining up our mentors and our speakers. But really, let's just end it off. Mazel tov, mazel tov. If anyone, a round of applause, mazel tov, mazel tov. And as we are approaching the holiday of Passover, we do have matzah for you to take home, and some books available on the Rebbe's wisdom and leadership. So there's a table over there. And also, please take a look at the projects that fellows have brought on the far west wall, the western wall. Over there in the back, see the fellows, and thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Really, it's beautiful to be here.